Hey everybody, this is Javi, and you are watching the Inner Child Collective, where you and your inner child heal for the better. Welcome and hello. For those who do not know me or are just finding my channel, I'm a psychic, intuitive medium, and author who specializes in inner child therapy. This means that I not only focus on the energy of the inner child, I also focus on the archetypes and how generational and historical trauma has affected us as children. I always talk about storytelling and decolonizing the mind, and the importance of decolonizing the mind by unlearning all those negative subconscious messages that we have received about the self and the inner child, and just basically learning to live our authentic selves and healing our childhood trauma by tapping into that inner child energy. And so this is actually a video that is going to be focusing on the archetypes that we have picked up as children and actually lived by. And so what I got here is the Queen, right? And so what I got from this card straight away is that this message is for our feminine energy, or women in particular. And so regardless of whether they're a cis woman or a trans woman, or someone who is non-binary, this is definitely for folks who are very much in touch with their feminine energy. So what I'm getting is that when we were children, a lot of us weren't able to tap into that feminine energy. A lot of us were not able to express our energy in any way, shape, or form, that feminine side of us, because it was considered weak. It was considered overbearing. And like, if you were a trans woman, it was considered inappropriate, right? Especially if you were not able to transition until later on. And so what I'm getting from this is that your light attribute is that you love your feminine energy, you embody your feminine energy, you embody like um everything that comes with being feminine, right? Especially your power. Like, you are really wanting to, activate your power, because you did not have the opportunity to do that as a child, especially if you were in a household that is dominated by either a dominating woman or a lot of men who did not see, a lot of cis men who did not see your power and did not see your worth at one point. I'm just also getting that there was a lot of sexual abuse or some sort of abuse around the fact that that centered the fact that you were a woman, or someone who had that strong feminine energy, but could not express it in any way, shape, or form outwardly. And so what I'm getting is that a lot of us feel that sense of freedom and having the choice, not even a choice, but having the freedom to live authentically and to love yourself authentically, right? But at the same time, what I'm getting from this is that a lot of us are dealing with a lot of heartache. A lot of us are grieving over our childhoods. A lot of us, and I'm talking about all of us, but women in particular, women, and regardless, there's a part of us, that part of y'all rather, that is like grieving your childhood and not given the opportunity to be yourself. And I just want to say that it's okay for you to grieve your childhood. It's okay for you to grieve those moments in your life where you cannot live your authentic self in any way, shape, or form, and you like dealt with trauma as a result of not being able to live your authentic self, or you attempted to and was punished for it as a result. I'm also getting to that because there's a lot of anger around your womanhood and how you're being treated as a result of your womanhood. There's a lot of anger, and you feel like because there's a lot of anger around not being seen, not being heard, not being validated, not being valued. You have there is this tendency to take it out on everybody who's around you, even though they don't mean any harm. And so what I'm getting for this is that this is the time for us to heal from that energy. You can still be a queen, you can still know your power, but to not use your past to dictate who is safe and who isn't, right? And this is for people who have gone through trauma. a lot of us, we are very much colored by our trauma. Our eyes and our mind just sees everyone as an enemy when we're healed. And so I'm just getting a lot of distrust, a lot of distrust in men, a lot of distrust of men, a lot of distrust of people with masculine energy or domineering energy. I'm also getting to, like, you feel as if, like, if you were to be vulnerable with anyone else, they were trying to take that vulnerability away from you, or they were trying to take power over you. And so what I'm getting from that is that, um, around, like, not to feel that way, not to think that way, because that is your trauma speaking, right? That is the trauma speaking. Not everyone is out to get you. Not everyone is trying to cause you harm. Not everyone is doing that. And you have people, and you have the power to, you know, in regards to people in your life, you have the power to, remove those people if they have proven, time and time again, that they are not, they're not trying to, like, see you or witness you or acknowledge your boundaries in any way, shape, or form. This is literally the time for you to take your power back by realizing that, um, you are safe. You are safe. Okay, you are safe where you are. You are safe. You are loved, and you are valued where you are. We are not to pay attention to the world and what the world is going to do, because we can't control the outcome of the world, but we can definitely control the outcome when it comes to ourselves. And what I mean by that is that we can control how we think. We have control over how we think and how we feel. We have a control over how we are to act, when it comes to our healing, when it comes to, navigating this world. And let's be real, like, this world's fucked up when it comes to women. This world is really fucked up when it comes to women's rights and women's right to choose and women's right to live authentically, right? Is So I'm getting, like, all those messages and all those facts that in this world, because of patriarchy and because of toxic, masculinity, the world as, as a whole, is for the most part an unsafe place for women, um regardless, of who they are and how they express themselves, right? Even sexual agency, is something to, um is something to be mindful of, because people will take advantage of that, right? That is very true. That is very real. Like, this world is very, unfortunately, anti-woman, right? It's very anti-woman and anti-femininity. At the same time, you are to not let go of your femininity because the world is fucked up. You are not to change, the world is. And you are to recognize that there's something wrong with you. You have the power. In fact, you are power. You are divinity in every way, shape, and form. Women are. This world would be a lot more. I'm going to be real honest with you. This world would be a better fucking place if women were in control of it for the most. You know what I mean? Because what I've noticed is that when when women are, like, pretty much when women are in charge of something, and their hearts are in the right place, and they are, um and their politics are in the right place, whatever that looks like, and they're like, the intention is not to cause harm in any way, shape, or form. What ends up happening is that the world benefits, people benefit. Okay, especially if the the woman is, from a marginalized and colonized group. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's been my experience. But I also know that not all women are like this, but most of them are, from what I've seen. And so a lot of women are being asked, like, or being told that it's okay to step into their power, even more so than they do, even more so, because as children we were not able. I won't say we. I keep saying we, um, just simply because, like, I'm so used to saying it, but women in particular, are often told they are not to be seen and heard, especially in toxic environments, toxic households, toxic families, dysfunctional families, where is you often the daughter or the mother who's not seen, right? Um, is often women who are being abused in the home, is often young girls, like Black girls in particular, who are often molested, in the house by a man. And so there's a lot of trauma that goes on in the household. There's a lot of trauma, like female-centered trauma, and that is to be, um, and that is to be taken, and that's not only taken into consideration. I mean, it's a fact, but we like on an individual level, like women do have the power, um, and also collectively have the power to change their circumstances and to change their circumstances, knowing full well that they deserve better, knowing full well that this is not their adulthood is not to um, resemble their childhood in any way, shape, or form. And so this is time for women to tap into that energy, that inner child energy, and to let their little ones know that one, um, they are there, like you are there for them, right? You are there for them. You are there for your inner child. You are to have that talk with your inner child and tell them of your achievements. Tell your inner child of your achievements and what life is for you now that you are living your authentic self, or going through the process of healing, because as an adult, you now, like for the most part, you do have the power to change your circumstances. You may not be able to collectively like shift the like on an individual level shift the world, but you are definitely to you're definitely here to see your own power, right? And to see your own strength and to see your own courage, okay, and to allow other people to see the same thing. But do not allow this world to, what I'm getting from the card is that do not allow your circumstances or do not allow your trauma to color your perception of the world, to the point where you're not seeing your power, and you're not for whatever reason not able, you're not seeing. I'm getting like you are not being the victim of your circumstances or playing the victim of your circumstances, whatever that means. And that's what I got from spirit. um I like women do have the strength and the power. You have the strength and the power. Do not allow anyone to take that power from you. Do not allow anyone to tell you that you are less than. Do not allow anyone to spread that lie, that you, for whatever reason, are the issues of this world. Okay? Because you're clearly not. um, so that is all I have for this week. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If it resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, or you would like more clarification, by all means say so in the comment section. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel, so you'll never miss another video. Also, like the video if it resonated with you. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm on Facebook as well, and Instagram. So yeah, so I'm on there if you're ever on social media. And if you are I was gonna say something. Oh, if you like if you like another reading, more in-depth reading, inner child archetype reading, please let me know by clicking on one of the links in the description. If you can schedule an appointment, it's calendly.com slash the inner child collective. And if you know me through Nikila Asha of Astro Scott Life Sculpting, by all means let me know as well. If you would like to book a reading through her channels, and to get to me, that link is at the bottom as well. So I think that's it. That's it right now. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel so you'll never miss another one. So until next time, peace.